What if I told you at the end of this tutorial you will be able to record Panasonic slow motion log footage in 4K 8-bit without any problems? Hello everyone, my name is Ben, I'm a freelance videographer based in Middle Europe. In this channel I would like to talk about my experiences as a full-time videographer. I will share tips and tricks of my workflow with you, which, believe me, will make your videography learning curve easier. In this tutorial I will talk about recording 4K 8-bit in the log footage of Panasonic, but I guess this technique is actually adaptable to other brands' log formats as well. There is a widely spread conception that 8-bit is not suitable for shooting log, however, there's a workaround to make it possible with a nice result. Many of you will want to stick to 4K in slow motion, and if you don't have an external recorder like Atomos Ninja series, which cost a ton of money, you are in trouble. So if you are in consideration of buying the V-Log upgrade, or if you already have it and want to improve the usability of it, this tutorial is something for you to watch. According to my workaround, there are a few rules which, if you apply to your workflow, you are free to go for your nice smooth 4K 8-bit log footages. First and foremost, you have to expose well. I know that's the same all YouTubers are saying, even for recording V-Log in 10-bit. In 8-bit though, you have to be more precise, cause the image cannot be tweaked much in post without introducing artifacts. At first, make sure you download and apply Panasonic's Rec 709 LUT to your camera. Download link in the description below, and there are a tons of tutorials about it, how to apply that LUT to your camera. If you use an external monitor, make sure you send your LUT's image to it through HDMI cable. Don't be afraid, LUT is not baked into your footage, you just will be able to see a well-saturated, more realistic one. In order to expose well, it's very important that you monitor the amount of light entering your camera. Forget histogram and use the built-in waveform monitor. That's a more advanced tool to measure light in your image. I highly recommend you buying an external screen with a built-in false color monitor, which is my favorite tool to measure light in the individual areas, regions of your image. If you don't know how to read these tools, write me a comment and I will guide you through that process in one of my next tutorials. My second tip to record a nice V-Log image in 8-bit is avoid showing huge smooth gradient surfaces. If you have to shoot in an environment with an unevenly lit wall background, make a test shot to see how 8-bit is affecting the shadow roll-off of your image. Don't be afraid, I can tell you your camera is much more capable than you think, and if you're shooting your content for social media or YouTube, codecs will compress your image anyway. My third tip to shooting log in 8-bit is related to the editing process. Avoid the use of qualifiers like the HSL tool in Premiere Pro in a situation where you haven't got so much information in your color gradients. You won't be able to achieve good results with picking individual colors and tweaking them. Instead of using the qualifiers, try to adjust hue versus saturation curve in DaVinci for adjusting your individual colors like skin tones. Remember, try to make more minor adjustments, otherwise your image will fall apart and artifacts will appear. Next tip to improve your 8-bit log image quality is a little workaround with reducing the digital noise of your image and adding film grain to it. I will open up DaVinci Resolve and I will show you a technique I have learned from Waqas Qazi. Qazi is a great colorist, make sure you check out his channel, I will put a link in the description below. Go to DaVinci. Import your media to the media pool. Put your media into the timeline on the Edit tab. Switch to Color tab. I will rename my starting node to noise reduction node because that's what we will do. It is very important that you start with the noise reduction, because that way your upcoming nodes are already getting a clean input image. It is a basic tutorial, so I will just apply some basic serial nodes to get our overall look nice and simple. First node to adjust is referring for the primaries. RGB is leveled quite well. I will just go for lowering shadows and lifting the highlights a bit. Looks good according to the scope, so I'll boost saturation to the look I like. I will fine tune a contrast. Let's go to noise reduction node, select node and go to the bottom section menu bar. Select the motion effects icon on the right. Let's dial in 3 for the frames and set type to faster. Temporal threshold should be set on a value about 8 or 8.5. At spatial threshold unchain chroma first and set up its value for about 8. With this process we got rid of the digital noise of our image. So let's zoom in and see how that simple adjustment affected our image. Click on the noise reduction node and hold down Ctrl and D on a PC to blend the node in and out. That's truly a nice conversion, I think. What we do next, we go to the curve tab, to the bottom menu section and we select hue versus saturation curve. I would love if my shirt's blue stripes would pop more, and there I can adjust it. I just pick the color with the eyedropper tool and start to give it a boost. There you can see in the periscopes how the blue color is increasing or decreasing as I make an adjustment. We can close our scopes, they are not needed anymore. From the effects menu we add film grain to our last node. I hope you can see the result as I blend it in and out. I'm not sure. I could adjust the individual parameters of it, but it's not necessary now. I recommend you though to play with the adjustments in the right menu section for yourself. So that's for today guys, I hope you enjoyed my first tutorial. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel for further videography content, and if you have a question or want to give me feedback about my channel, please write me in the comment section and I will answer. It was nice to be here with you guys. See you next time.